All right, guys, so we're on example 3 now. So we're converting scientific notation to standard form. Okay, you should have seen the steps already. You should have read the steps. There's 5 steps. Okay, so you should have gone through those and read those, and we already did an example. Okay, we converted the scientific notation of the distance from Earth to Pluto to standard form. So now here's an example number 3. So Mr. Garcia, which is me, wants to buy the new iPhone 12, 64 gigabyte memory option. Okay, because I want the cheapest one. I'm not rich or anything like that. In scientific notation, 64 gigabytes is 6.4 times 10 to the 10th. What is this number in standard form? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do example number 3. Now on this slide right here, you can put the work here. If you can type in the work here if you want, or you can just show your work on the next slide. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. Example number 3. All right, so example 3, the iPhone has 64 gigabytes of memory. 64 gigabytes. Okay, 64 gigabytes equals 6.4 times 10 to the 10th. Okay, now we got to convert it to standard form. This is in scientific notation. So we got to go from here to something that looks like this. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it with our steps. So step 1 says, write the number in scientific notation 8 times 10 to the n, where a has to be between 1 and 10, and n is an integer. So let's write it like that first, and it should be written already, okay? And there it is, step number 1. We wrote it, we basically rewrote it again. There's step 1, okay? Step 1, 6.4 times 10 to the 10th. This is between 1 and 10, and then there's an exponent there. The exponent in this case, it's positive. Let's go to step 2. Step 2 says, write the number again without the power and put a decimal after the digit that puts the number between 1 and 10. So it looks like this is done for us already. So step 2. All right, so step 2. So now we go ahead and take away the power and just write it like that. Make sure the number is between 1 and 10. So there it is. So it's 6.4. Let's go on to step 3. So step 3 and step 4, if the integer is positive, move that many times to the right using arcs below the number. If the integer is negative, move that many times to the left using arcs below the number. So we're on steps 3 or 4. Let's see if this is positive or negative. If it's positive, we move to the right. If it's negative, we move to the left. So it is positive, so we're going to move to the right. How many times are we going to move? 10 times. So from the decimal, move that way 10 times using the arches. So here you go, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So over all of them, put a 0. And then step 4 is just rewrite it a little bit better. 6, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Make sure it's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, this is it. So let's put our comma, comma, comma. This is how many bytes of memory. Okay, these are 64 billion bytes. Okay, that's how much it is. All right, we're done with example number 3. So go ahead and put a picture of this on the next slide.